Hello everyone, I'm Francesca. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is day 9 of our holiday series. We are making another main dish idea, and this is probably the most complicated recipe in the series. This is a vegan ham. Yes, I know it sounds like an oxymoron, but it is made with vital wheat gluten, made with seitan. It is filled with flavors of brown sugar and maple and smokiness, and it is so good and so delicious and has a meaty texture. And honestly, it really isn't too hard to make. There is a lot of cooking time, but it's like a lot of passive cooking time because you're just letting things simmer or roast. So like you're not even doing anything. So don't get overwhelmed by this recipe. I promise it's actually easier than you think it is to make. And actually the first time I ever made seitan was I think it was 3 years ago now when I did my other holiday series back then. So it was my first time doing it. So it's like we've come full circle. I tried my first seitan recipe then, and now we're making vegan ham. So I think you will really enjoy it. As always, the full written out recipe is on my blog. Link in the description box down below for that. Ingredients written out in the description box, and anything that I think you might need for this recipe is written out in the description box. You can also find a link for my cookbook Plantiful, which makes a great holiday gift. There is still plenty of time to get it before Christmas. And yeah, I hope you all have been enjoying this series. If you are, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the videos out, and I appreciate the support on it. I am so happy to be doing this series for you all. It's been a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun to give you all some recipes. I will also share some more main dish ideas. I've done a lot of holiday dish ideas already, so if you need more holiday dish ideas like a vegan Wellington, vegan chicken pot pie, vegan chicken parmesan, lasagna, then there's a lot of stuff. And I also have a ton of recipes in the cookbook as well, so don't worry, I got you guys. You're gonna be fully equipped with ideas for your main dishes. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this recipe, and let's go make some vegan ham. For this recipe, you need vital wheat gluten. This is the main ingredient in this recipe, so we're starting off with that. Then we're gonna add in a little bit of tapioca flour, followed up with a little bit of chickpea flour. And we're just adding this into a nice big bowl. Then I'm going to add in a little bit of organic brown sugar, not very much, just a touch to add a little bit of sweetness, some garlic powder, some paprika, this will help give a color to it, onion powder, some salt, and this is a bacon seasoning. If you don't have this, you could use like liquid smoke, or you could just leave it out, or you could use like a smoky paprika. Use what you have. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil, and then we're gonna add in some tahini and some low sodium soy sauce. And then I have vegetable broth here, which we're gonna slowly add in. You're going to need about 93 milliliters. I know that's such a bizarre measurement of vegetable broth, but that's just how the recipe worked out. So you're just going to mix this up with a fork until it kind of forms like a shaggy little dough. And I'm gonna slowly keep adding in the water so that way I don't add in too much, or the vegetable broth, sorry, not water. And this is what it looks like. And now you're going to knead this for 10 minutes. Yes, 10 minutes. You can do this in a stand mixer if you want, or by hand. I don't know, I like to knead things by hand sometimes. Sometimes I put in the stand mixer, just depends. But it should look something like this. Get it into a nice little cylinder shape, kind of looks like a potato. And then you're going to add in any remaining vegetable broth to a nice big pot. I started with 3 cups of water, and then I just added in more. Add your seitan in, add enough water so it's covered, and you're just going to let this simmer for 55 minutes. It'll look something like this, not a complete boil, just simmering over low. I'm gonna make our glaze, so it's just gonna be easy. Mustard, some more of that bacon seasoning just because I had it, maple syrup, a little bit of olive oil, and some brown sugar. This is like a pretty classic glaze for a dish like this. And then I'm just going to also prepare my little baking dish. So I'm going to take a few slices of orange and put them right on the bottom, and some rosemary, and then that's it. Easy, done. Our seitan is done, and we're going to take it out of our pot. Be careful, it's obviously going to be very hot. Place it onto a cutting board. I know it looks a little gross. It'll get better looking as we go. I'm going to start by scoring the top. This obviously provides the same look that ham has, and also allows those flavors to really get in there. Place it on top of your orange slices, and then we're going to add most of our glaze. I'm going to save a little bit just for later, you'll see. But just otherwise brush it over the seitan, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, just save this for later. Then I just decided to add in a few extra little sprigs of rosemary right around. Everything is just going to smell really good in the oven. And then I just cleaned up my baking dish a little bit just so that stuff didn't like bake on there. And that's it. You're going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. When it is done, the score marks will have opened up, as you can see, and it should be kind of like a crust on the outside, very crispy, and it should look something like this. And then I'm just going to brush that remaining glaze right on top. It'll just add some shine and pop right back into that vegan ham. And that's it. Now I'm just going to slice it up, and I would definitely serve this like on top with the orange slices and the rosemary. It makes such a nice smell, and it just really provides that, in my opinion, holiday, December feel, because it's just things that are reminiscent of December and the end of the year. And it looks so beautiful, and I promise it's really, really good. If you're new to veganism, you might be a little weirded out by this, but just try it, okay? I promise it's really good, and now you can enjoy.